Hey guys, Sunset Rider here, and this is going to be my review to Fairy Tail Chapter 498, Gray versus Invel. Now, Gray, we know who Gray is the Ice Mage of Fairy Tail, and Invel is the Winter General in the Spriggan 12 of Zeref's army. So first we get an action sequence between Gray and Invel where Gray utilizes some sort of ice make, I think it's called Impact, and he tries to take out Invo straight away. And we already know that Natsu, Lucy, Juvia, I think it was, and Happy are all frozen solid because of Invel's magic. So I was surprised, to be honest, and a little bit disheartened that Natsu was frozen, because whenever he comes across a stronger ice mage, I think he's come across quite a few now, he seems to get frozen, and this time I was hoping he wouldn't get frozen, because he's been training for, was it 2 years, in that 2 year time skip after Tartarus, and he's really one of the strongest, if not the strongest, fire type mage, because he's a fire dragon slayer. So I was really disheartened and quite annoyed that happened when he was frozen. But yeah, so Gray and Invel are fighting, but Invel seems to have a more advanced type of ice magic, a more pure type of ice magic, and as you'd expect, Invel seems to be pretty damn strong. He even says he uses the very essence of ice, which would be water. He seems to, I don't know, but he says he uses the essence of ice. So he freezes Gray's ice magic and then shatters it, and Gray obviously realizes, damn, like this shit's about to go down. So Gray goes full Devil Slayer mode, or was it Demon Slayer mode? I think it was Devil Slayer mode, and this shocks Invel. I don't think he's seen another person apart from Gray's dad, which was Silver, I think, use it. So Gray then attacks Invel twice using this sword type of move, a sword-based move, which actually manages to hurt Invel. I was surprised. I didn't think Invel would get hurt that easy. He seems to be a very cognitive type of guy, and for him to be attacked so easily, I thought he had more up his sleeve. And but then what shocked me was Invel knows about devil slaying magic more than he lets on. He says that devil slaying magic eats away at the soul of a person and breaks down their sanity. Now, I think it's already been hinted that devil slaying magic eats away at the soul of a person, but also breaking down their sanity. This is something we haven't seen before. So Gray seems to, he doesn't say that to Gray straight up at the moment. So Gray just continues to attack, and Invel, this time he's ready for the attack, and he blocks it. And this blocking of the attack and like their kind of clash sets off, well, not a nationwide, because the nation has been shrunk, I think, but it sets off basically an area-wise blanket kind of blizzard, and everyone's within this blizzard, and so their magic is affecting the environment. That's how strong it is at the moment. So then Invel tries to recruit Gray to the dark side. He's saying, you know, you and me, we could be one and the same thing. You know, you could stand up alongside me. You're strong enough to stand with me. I'm not sure if he's tried having someone else stand next to him, but he's saying that Gray has enough power to withstand his power, and that makes him a good apprentice, or a good sidekick, a good right-hand man to have, because even a general of an army who's not the king of the army needs a right-hand man. So Gray, as you would expect, he rejects Invel's invitation, and Invel's kind of pushing him towards the darker side, and he rejects it with a line which is quite cheesy. He learned it in Cheesy Retorts 101. He says something along the lines of, basically, if it's to protect my family, I'd go full dark side, and basically not care if I eat away at my sanity and my soul, which is a bit, you know, you'd go dark side, but you wouldn't give up your soul. So then Natsu actually breaks out of Invel's ice, thank God. I mean, like I said earlier on in this review, the fact that Natsu is frozen, and he does seem to have an issue with ice mages. I was talking to someone on it on Manga Stream actually, where I stated that Natsu should be defeating mages like this, but they pointed out that Natsu actually always has an issue against ice type mages, and especially when he was against Gray's dad and he was frozen solid. But this time he breaks out, and he breaks out everybody else. And Invul was actually impressed. The Winter Soldier, the Winter General was impressed by Natsu's ability to break out of his ice. Apparently, he mustn't have seen it before, because he's the strongest ice mage that we can currently see, unless we're talking about Gray. So, and dare I say, he seemed a bit warmed by Natsu's success at melting his ice. See what I did there? Warmth. Yeah. Yeah. So Brandish then appears out of nowhere and takes away Lucy, Happy, and Natsu. So we've got the Lucy, Happy, Natsu team again, and I'm not quite sure where they're gonna go, but they seem to have their own thing in mind at the moment. So Gray and Juvia are the only ones left to fight Invul, and I thought, okay, this is a good combination. We'll be able to see like their Ace Luffy tandem. We'll be able to see the Gray Juvia tandem, and how they'll be able to tag team against Invul, because obviously Invul hasn't let out he hasn't shown his true might just yet. But then what happens is Invul takes advantage of the situation, and straight up ice locks Gray and to Juvia, which is that chain and kind of collar magic. We've seen him use before, actually. I've forgotten exactly when. I think it was only a few chapters ago. But the magic itself is said to seal a person's heart, and basically makes the person his ice puppets, make them into Invul's ice puppets, and he commands Gray and Juvia to kill each other. And he knows full well, and we know full well, that Gray would win. And so Juvia and Gray are freaking out. Gray's like, I'm not gonna do this. I wouldn't kill Juvia. And Juvia's basically just gone in shock. She's like, crap, I'm gonna have to kill the guy I love, basically. And then for some strange reason, Invul states that Gray must be the one to destroy END and not Zeref. And I was confused about this, because we know that Zeref created END because it stands for Ethereus Natsu Dragneel. But then why would that make? Did he know Gray was going to exist before he did? Because surely END was created before Gray's existence. So how could he have known that Gray would be the one to destroy END? Unless this is something Invul's brought up. Just something he's decided needs to happen, and that he doesn't want Zeref to destroy Natsu or END. So I'm quite confused about that. I'm not sure if he just meant that Gray has the capability to destroy him because of his devil slaying magic. But yeah, so Gray and Juvia are freaking out. Invul makes that statement, and then Juvia contemplates suicide because she doesn't want to hurt Gray. So yeah, I want to know where Lucy, Natsu, and Happy are going, and I think they're going to be going. They must be going towards where we'll eventually see Rakghide, because Rakghide, I think his name is Rakghide. Was it Rakghide? The new Dragneel we've been introduced to, the one with the silverish whitish hair and the weird robes. But they must be going towards where he is, because he's been hinted at. Well, it wasn't even a subtle hint. It's been hinted by Zeref that Rakghide could destroy Acnologia given the right opportunity to do it. However, my argument to this was, and is, if the one person on your squad who can destroy Acnologia is with you, why hasn't he been ordered to go find Acnologia, considering he's in the vicinity, and destroy Acnologia? Even if you feel that maybe he might not make it out on top, maybe if it was down to the nitty gritty, and like if they were fighting tooth and claw, that Acnologia might just edge it. Why not send not Brandish? Why not send August or Eileen, or even both of them with Rakghide, and just wreck Aknologia. They'd be done. Zeref would have nothing to be worried about then, because he doesn't seem to really worry about Natsu. He gave him his chance. Natsu's squandered his chance. And Zeref's got basically no one to worry about. Even Mavis is kind of just a jobber compared to him. He's got nothing on him. So my final score for this chapter, it was actually a decent chapter. I'd give it maybe a 3 out of 5. There was a bit of action, and it's left us in a suspenseful situation where Gray and Juvia will have to fight. But surely, as per usual, the power of nakama, or the power of friendship, will conquer all, and they won't actually damage each other at all. So yeah, I'll give it a 3 out of 5, and hopefully next chapter I think it's going to get a little bit better. It's going to escalate. And yeah, that's it from me. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys later.